gonna vlog my experience, y'all. I have to get my leg recasted. So I'm gonna show y'all how they make my prosthetic. This one right here, it don't fit right to me. In the new clinic I'm working with, they say the same thing. So here we go. Here's out under a hat. Now, although I want to move from North Carolina, I do appreciate the fact that all my doctor's offices are literally around the corner. Quick little backstory for anybody that don't know. January 2013, I was at work and a patient came with a speeding wheelchair and ran over my foot, and I thought nothing of it. It was only weeks later when the shit started hurting. I'm like, oh my God, okay, this hurts. Just massaging it and, you know, doing what you need to do. I worked in a hospital as a surgical tech. Come February 14th, Valentine's Day to be exact, I was like, yeah, I got to get this checked out. We looked at it and saw nothing. So me and the doctors that I work with thought maybe the sciatica, because I spent 16 years doing hair. It's catching up with you, whatever. 27th of February, I was like, no. From the top of my foot to up into my butt bone is hurting like a shooting pain. So they gave me a prescription for Tramadol and ibuprofen. Tramadol will be for pain, ibuprofen will be for internal swelling because we still didn't see nothing. What needed to be done was not done, which is running my Dilaudid through my vein and the IV to see what was going on, y'all. And that's what happened on the morning of April 15th. On the 14th, I was at work. So what happened to me was a day and night situation. When you don't think things can happen, things can happen. I remember driving home with my left foot because I'm like, this hurts so bad. And I kept getting in and out the shower just trying to relax it because it was like no apparent damage to my foot. And Sunday morning, I had to call the EMS. I was like, I just can't take this. So EMS came, they rushed me to the back. I wasn't back there 3 minutes. The man came with the IV, with the x-ray chart and was talking to my mom. He was like, we got to operate right now. So they butterflied, cleaned my leg out, my veins and all that. And what I was left with was the bottom half, my calf was this big. You got an option. They can leave it like that and be in pain the rest of your life. So they put me in ICU to see what the verdict was going to be. That night it started to get cold and it started to turn dark. And I'm like, they're going to have to amputate this leg. And sure enough, that's what they did. My decision to get it done at first, I was like, okay. My family was surprised. I said, okay. And then somehow that night I changed my mind. Probably the medication. But on Wednesday they did it. And I promised myself after that I'm going to hit the ground running. And it's going to be what it's going to be. So the clinic is not far from my house, y'all, but what happened to me, y'all, it's always warning before destruction. And let me tell you something. A person like me that made nice money, decent money, that was off on the weekend, I was always off somewhere doing something, you know. But I really feel like in my heart to heart, God is a jealous God. Like, we get up every morning and do all these things to contribute to our fabulousness and don't give him no praise and no credit. It was a humbling experience for me. It stopped me in its tracks. I've always been that girl, kept my makeup done, hair, nails, all of that, worked for what I wanted. This situation, I didn't want to stop being that. I didn't want to stop being the life of the party. However, in rehabbing things, this is a lot for a lot of people to cope with. Some people never make it out the wheelchair. Like, they just give up. Like, I don't want to walk again. I'm not going to worry about it. And here's why. It's not the easiest task, learning to walk again. And these prosthetics are expensive. So it's a lot being an amputee that they don't tell y'all. Like, my video that got a lot of views was say how I date. Let me tell you something. I've been in therapy with women who became an amputee and their husbands moved out of the room or they left them altogether. What a messed up feeling to lay there by yourself because you're no longer aesthetically pleasing. On the other hand, women don't normally leave their guy after accident or incident because we natural nurturers, right? We'll take care of home, we'll take care of our guy, but it's not fair the other way around. Like, these men just don't be here for it. That's why it's so crazy when you hear for better, for worse, for richer or poor, sickness and in health. And because you're no longer aesthetically pleasing, that's the reason to fall out of love. So now you're no longer in love with that person and you don't want to be with that person. And then this happened to her. I have a girl that I met that we became really close friends. She's a bilateral, lost both of her legs. Husband didn't even come to the hospital. She got her divorce papers 3-4 months later, once she got out the hospital and rehab and got home. These are the kind of things that happen, y'all. So in my case, like I tell people, I keep it 100. I don't like dating. I don't like meeting new people. I don't like explaining and getting to know that process all over again. Now, is it a bad thing? No, it's really not. But in my case, I don't need a nurse or a doctor. I don't want a guy to feel like, well, he got to take care of me. No, you don't. I got a nice team of doctors. I'm okay on that end. But it is hard because there's a lot of people that are hang up on the physical. Like, I'm not going to stop being that girl that's the life of the party. I want to look a certain way. Sneaker game crazy, that's just my thing. I'm not going to stop being that. But as far as the dating realm of it, it's hard because a lot of people who come to want to date you have ulterior motive too. You got a lot of men, like I said, they'll date you because they know you got a check attached to your name. I've been single for about 4 or 5 years, and it's like, I ain't mad at that because I ain't got nothing to get nobody. Nope. You got to come to this door with your own. Getting up and still going to work at Sephora, going to work at Victoria's Secret, between those two jobs, and of course you get disability, is it's like, I'm not rich. I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? I can go out here and buy what I want and do what I want to do. If I want to go to South Park Mall and get that new Louis bag, I can go get it. I don't got to consult with a man if I got to go get that. I can go get that because that's my money. But when you enter a relationship, it's like it's different things you have to consider. So my thing to anybody, not even disabled, try equally yoked relationships. I'm here at my clinic. Like I said, I'm getting recasted today because the unit that I have on, I had for 6 months and I don't like it. And insurance purposes, you can't change them that early. The one prior to that, I had for 3 years.
I have to be sure and have my feet far enough forward. Or I'll be down on my knees.
Yeah, but you.
But if I have them too far back, it folds forward.
Yeah.
It's like one time Hill Steve, when they had it up 6 inches, which is another 2 inches higher than this, I went straight to my knees, but I studied on it.
Process started, but I can order you brand new ones. So by the time we get going, you know, I've taken a cast, but I didn't have to order something and then call you back to take a cast. We can go ahead and take a cast if everything is, matches up right, and then I can just order new liners. But I didn't want to look at your liner and say, man, I think she might need the next size smaller or the next size larger or whatever, because if I cast you over the wrong size liner, then everything's
gonna mess up everything.
Everything from there forward. But so let's say liner, we look at your liner and I go, yep, that's it, that's the money. Let's take a cast. So we'll need to dive on it super fast and we'll take a cast. But the next time I see you will be for a test fitting. Awesome. So I'm going to check out here mentally for a second and spread a bunch of stuff out, because if not, I'm going to make a humongous mess in here. So give me just a minute. I'm going to focus.
Yeah, I don't know what to call it.
Straight out of Alabama.
I don't know what to call it, but I'm hooked up in this thing here, like a little makeshift pair of shorts. I guess actually it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we sell those in the gift shop. If you got a vacation coming up, you need something fancy.
Souvenir, yeah. So this is the I wouldn't say like paper mache. What is it like? So we about to we about to plaster and make the mold for my legs. So I guess that's what you wear to hold the plaster on, right?
So we don't make a huge mess all over the liner and
Okay.
everything.
Okay. All right. So it's like a molding, y'all. We doing the casting. All right. We'll be back later.
So when I move my hand, I'm not gonna know that I'm in the right place. So if I get out,
That machine will tell
is
me.
that it?
Yeah, that's it.
5 3/4.
Ooh. You know why the first thing come to mind is like paper mache. You remember that from school? Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I'll give it to you.
I get the reference for sure. All right, so this one is going to go, I'm going to have you bring your leg out to the side, and I'm going to put this right up in your groin, right up in your business.
All right.
Yeah, so.
This is the oddest thing ever. You know what? I don't remember. You know why? I guess it's odd because I don't remember it being done like this before.
Everybody does this process
My
differently.
last one wasn't like that.
So there are lots of different ways to do covers, and we can certainly work together and do it however you prefer it. In fact, I mean, sometimes they come all the way up, sometimes they're just like this, but sometimes it comes all the way up. Sometimes it's like this and then a stocking or something over the top of it. It really just depends on personal preference. So some of the benefits, ups and downs here are if you have all the way up and connected to the socket, it kind of restricts the flow of your knee a little bit. Now that material does break in and it gets easier to bend, but so like I said, we can do something like this or anything to all the way up and connected to your socket with a skin on it, or some people prefer to use a stocking on it instead of a skin. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever you want is this is the.
I just know. Okay, so being that what I had before was cool, and see, they'd be like, you don't know until you try it. Well, all that was a success, y'all. You see these numbers? Y'all see these numbers? So again, sometimes people don't bother with prosthetics because they may not have insurance and all this other stuff. And even when they get insurance, I have insurance. I just paid $800 today into this bill. That's life when you want a quality of life. See, y'all, this is why I don't make a good vlogger. So I came home and this, by the way, this berry waffle cone candle is bomb. I came home and did some organization because I wanted a spot just for like my bath and body stuff. Like all this lotion and body wash and stuff down here and then here. Over in the closet over there, there's more body wash and stuff, but I will get to that tomorrow. So when Kohl's had the glitch going on, y'all, I totally redid my linen closet with all fresh new linen. And so over here, this is actually 80 something candles here, and I have like 50 in another closet. So in theory, right, this is my little glam corner. I have a tufted teal that matches my curtains bench to go here. The bench has clear acrylic legs and it has some more blingy pillows that's going to go there. The bench, one day I'll get it put up. There's a shelf that I want to go here from Walmart where I can put the rest of my candles on, and then I could it'll look like somebody. I totally suck at vlogging, and I'm going to close this out because I've been sitting down editing. I've ate. Excited because y'all got to see my leg I casted. My new leg is on the way, and I think I want to make a video talking about that and that particular leg and that knee function, because y'all, that leg cost $50,000. I sacrificed a lot to get it, but we'll talk about that in another video. See y'all in the next one.
Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic, you live life on an everyday basis.